The Battle Royale genre still persists as one of, if not the most popular genre in all of gaming, and in this video I want to take a look at 8 upcoming Battle Royale titles, so let's get right into it. And starting things off, I want to kick it off with Naraka BLADEPOINT. This is a pretty cool looking game. It's a 60-player action Battle Royale offering players insane mobility powered by parkour and a grappling hook, a vast arsenal of melee and ranged weapons, and a roster of characters with powerful abilities. Transform yourself into a gigantic warrior and crush your enemies. Again, as expected, there are a plethora of different warriors you can play as. Visually, it looks quite good, and it's described as a next-generation Battle Royale title. When melee combat meets Battle Royale, pretty much everything changes. Vertical map design, truly diverse character skills, and a brand new resurrection system. Enjoy the thrill of clashing blades and flying arrows in the battlefield. Next up, we have Super Animal Royale. Wield guns and hamster balls in a 64-player fight to reach the top of the food chain. This is being done by Modus Game, and the Super Animals are migrating, it notes, after a cozy incubation period in early access on PC, where it's received overwhelmingly positive reviews. Super Animal Royale is headed to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 later in 2021. It's a 2D top-down Battle Royale shooter featuring 64-player brawls between critters wielding handguns, machine guns, hamster balls, and bananas. There are more than 300 super animal breeds to create in the research lab, and each can be personalized with more than 600 cosmetic items to collect. If you've ever dreamed of becoming a genetically fried super chicken wearing a banana suit and fighting with a fly swatter, you're in luck. That is the literal description from the PlayStation blog coming from Lucas Croft, social media manager at Modus Games. Yeah, if you're talking about Battle Royale titles with a unique design to it, this is definitely it. I mean, I've never seen a Battle Royale this quirky, this zany, this off the wall, but maybe that's gonna offer it a way to really acquire a new audience. And remember, it's been out on PC in early access, but it is coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 later this year.
Sweet, we want
And they'll fight till there's just one hero.
Next up, we have Hunter's Arena Legends. A closed beta is coming to the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, and the game will be available on the consoles, of course. It's a 30-player PvP and PvE combat-based battle royale set in the ancient age of demon hunters. A dangerous world, you'll become a hunter who must fight forbidden demons that started to appear as a long-forgotten seal broke loose. So obviously, this isn't a battle royale that's grandiose in scale, in the sense that it's not 100 players, it's not 60 players, it's not even 50 players, it's just 30 players. But honestly, that might make it work well in this game design with a more PvE focus going on for it. Visually, the game looks very, very good, and they do note that the combat's very easy to learn, but ultimately it is going to be hard for you to master every nuance that the combat system has to offer. You'll have a variety of different hunters, and they will alter, and you'll want to pick the one that is best suited to your style of combat. You've got long-range waves, or you've got sharp claws that are going to be a little bit more close range, or you can do more striking abilities. The game looks fast, fluid, and most importantly, it looks incredibly enjoyable, so we'll see how this one turns out. Hopefully pretty well. The game is still in development, and we don't know ultimately when the actual release is going to come, but hopefully sometime later this year, maybe early 22. Next up, we have Grit, Ride or Die in the ultimate Wild West Battle Royale, where there's more to winning than aiming true. Saddle up and ride across town, building the best poker hand from found weapons to make a killing. Grab the best shooter to hand and gun your way to infamy on the new frontier. The game is not out just yet, but it is scheduled for a release in early access sometime in the spring of 21. And this one will be a gigantic royale. It's a Wild West royale. Saddle a trusty horse and venture across the frontier. Battle 99 other cowboys in solo, duo, and squad gunfights. You've got a perk system in there. You've got a gigantic world as well, really akin to that Wild West theme. It seems like they're really honing in on that, and get to see that's a different kind of Battle Royale, again, out spring of 21.
Team Grid presents a Wild West Royale. The fastest guns in the West. Battle to the death. So grab your guns. Ride like the devil's chasing you. Keep your hat on. And kill them dead.
Now this is an interesting one, a new kind of Battle Royale, and it is a Vampire the Masquerade Battle Royale. Now, Vampire the Masquerade, of course, an IP that is more of a single-player RPG, but developed from the ground up in close collaboration with the World of Darkness brand team. For the first time ever, experienced the concept of vampires as war as a clash in the city of Prague, triggered by the arrival of strike teams from the Second Inquisition. Use your vampiric powers, weapons, and wit to eradicate your enemies, deal with the hunters, all while you struggle to maintain the Masquerade. It's a third-person, free-to-play game where you'll battle players and computer-controlled enemies as you fight to become the last vampire standing. The game is scheduled for release later in 2021, and it is scheduled for release on PC and next-generation consoles. Next up, we have Scavengers, which is available now on Steam and the Epic Game Store, but it will be coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Scavengers is noted to be your strategic survival ground. Enter a free-to-play action shooter where squads of 3 compete to survive and dominate in a hybrid of sandbox-style PvE and class-based PvP. Choose from a roster of adaptive explorers, arm yourself with a combination of unique abilities and weapons, and conquer the challenges of a hostile wasteland, outthink and outfight enemy players and the dwellers of the frozen earth. Now, this again is already available on Steam and the Epic Game Store, and you can check it out for free, so I would recommend doing that if you do have any interest in the game. It is described as a PvEVP game, and it's described also as a new competitive shooter where every match offers multiple strategic avenues. Hopefully this one's out on PS4 and PS5 by the end of the year.
That's what I'm talking about.
Looks like we've got competition.
Next up, we have Last Man Sitting. This is another pretty quirky one. A bunch of dudes sit in the office, all of them wearing black suits and white collared shirts. Everyone sits in the same lime green swivel chairs. For a video game, Last Man Standing sounds really boring. Add shotguns and ragdoll physics, though, and you have a recipe for the only Battle Royale game left to make. Okay, a little tongue-in-cheek there, but they're probably a little bit accurate on that. Battle Royale has been kind of done in a lot of different formulas, but hey, this is one that sounds a little bit unique. An office work area with shotguns and ragdoll physics. Hey, it sounds fun if nothing else. It's gonna be going into early access on PC. We don't have an exact release date at this point, but hopefully sometime in 21. And lastly, now this is an interesting one coming to iOS and Android. That is Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier. Yes, Final Fantasy VII, Square Enix is going to ride it for all it's worth. We are getting a Battle Royale game. It is set in Midgard before the events of Final Fantasy VII. As a soldier candidate, the player will make full use of their magic and abilities in a battle for survival. Now, they can do a lot within the Final Fantasy VII world to make a compelling Battle Royale title. Like, we see Ifrit in the trailer, like, some crazy stuff's going on in the trailer, but hey, maybe they can employ that into a Battle Royale title and actually make it pretty cool. We'll see how that turns out, as it is scheduled for a release sometime in 2021. So that's going to wrap up this one. Again, as far as Battle Royale releases, we're going off the wall in every area. You got office sitting Battle Royales, you got Final Fantasy VII Battle Royales, but there's a lot of pretty cool ones, so that's going to wrap up this one. Let us know which Battle Royale you're the most excited for. Sound off in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.